Dear viewers, welcome to yet another episode of Expert Speaks. What is the topic that I have brought today? Income of minors. How will it be taxed? How the TDS has to be claimed? Every aspect pertaining to the income accruing to a minor. To talk about this topic, I have requested my special faculty, Chartered Accountant Sriram Rao, to be present in this show. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, to talk about the minor's income, I have requested my popular faculty member, Chartered Accountant C.A. Sriram. He needs no introduction. There are countless videos he has done in the past. The videos done by him have gone viral. He is a partner at Nitin J. Shetty & Co., a man who practices direct taxation, international taxation, a person who has solved a lot of tax queries that are there for the NRI community. Welcome to this show, Mr. C.A. Sriram.
Thank you.
Mr. Sriram, my audience has asked us a lot of questions pertaining to taxation of income accruing in the name of minors. I have listed a couple of questions here. I'll ask them one by one. The first question is, how will the taxation of minor income be taken up at the accounting level? Does the minor has to file the tax return? Can you briefly give how it has to be handled?
Before going ahead with answering your question, one need to understand what is the nature of income earned by the minor. If the minor has earned any income from actively involving himself in earning such income, then such income has to get taxed in the hands of the minor. But if he has earned some passive incomes, where his involvement in earning those incomes is not there at all, then they have to be added to the hands of the either the parents or the guardians who are maintaining him. Anyway, the income of the minor has to get taxed somewhere. So either the minor himself will pay tax in his name, or one of the parents or the guardian has to pay tax.
Okay, so the information I gather is, even though the income gets accrued in the name of minor, it is taxes have to be paid on this. The question is, who has to pay tax? You also mentioned one word, the active income. Can you briefly tell what is the active income you are talking about? Can you give explanation for this?
Yes, active income in the sense, say if a minor has earned any income by manually working, say he after the age of 14, they can get employed either as a skilled or unskilled labor or any other type of employment. Okay, till they're 18, they are still minor, but they can earn income. Okay, by actively involving. Or else it can also happen that due to the skill set what they are having, or the talent what they are having, or special knowledge what they are possessing, because of which they may get, say, they are acting somewhere, or they are involved in some sports. From there, they are getting prize money, etc. Or they are involved, they are showcasing their talent, or say they are, drawing some paintings, etc., which is getting sold in the open market. All these are active incomes which can be earned by a minor. So all such incomes earned by a minor has to get taxed in his hand. They are called as active incomes.
Okay. What is passive income in that case?
Now, passive income in the sense something like, either the, parents have gifted the money to minor. Anyway, that is, exempted. And that gifted money has been invested either as a fixed deposit or in shares or mutual funds or whatever kind of investment. So from there is always income earned in the form of interest, dividend or capital gains, for which the minor need not get himself involved in earning those incomes. So those are passive incomes. So those kind of incomes, either it will get taxed in the hands of the any of the parents or the guardian.
Sriram, you said that the minor's income also has to be taxed.
Yes.
It is subjected to taxation.
Yeah.
That takes the question to, can a minor have a PAN card and can he file the tax return himself? He is below 18 years. Income is there, it has to be taxed. To file the tax return, you need to be having a PAN. How does the PAN work here, and can the minor file the tax return?
a minor can certainly have PAN. There
Okay.
is no restriction at all. But the application for the PAN has to be signed by his parent or the guardian
Okay.
to obtain the PAN. Once the PAN is obtained, minor's income, the active income, what I've explained, has to get taxed under that PAN itself. So for which a return of income has to be filed using the PAN of the minor.
Hmm.
So under this fact and circumstances also, minor is not authorized to sign on his behalf. At that point of time, the authorized representative has to jump in. Now, who is authorized representative? Either of the parents, or if the parents are not there, then the guardian. They will be authorized to act on behalf of the minor, prepare minor's return of income, file the taxes, as well as pay the taxes out of the income earned by the minor. So this procedure has to be carried out by the parent or the guardian.
So if I understood you correctly, in specific cases which involves active income getting accrued to a minor, the return of income has to be done by the PAN which is there in the name of the minor child itself. So it is not to be clubbed with the parent, but it is separate filing of tax return.
Yes.
But a child being minor does not have a signing authority. Instead of he signing on the tax papers, it is the major, which is the parent or the guardian, as the case may be, has to sign on the tax paper. Is that aspect correct?
Perfect.
Right. Now, this is with respect to the active income. In case of passive income, should the filing of tax return has to happen against the PAN number of the minor, or is there any other way it can be accounted?
See, as I've already told, the passive incomes earned by a minor has to be clubbed in the hands of either of the parents. Okay, there is also restriction. So if the marriage of the parents are subsisting, then whose total income is greater in a financial year, to their income, the minor's income has to be clubbed.
Okay.
And it will be the total income of that particular individual, including the minor's income. And they have to file the taxes of the by adding the income of the minor in their return itself. There, it is called as clubbing of income in the hands of the parents.
Right.
Okay, and in the first year when the minor earns income, one need to check whose income is greater amongst the parents. With their hand, it has to be added. And in future, in their hand only, all this income gets added.
So you mean to say there are two parents now. One is at a 10% tax bracket level, and another is at a highest tax bracket, 30%. So if I understood you correctly, there are two parents.
Correct.
Now, one parent is at 10% taxation level, another is at 30% taxation level.
Correct.
While clubbing this passive income with the parent whose tax bracket is higher
Correct.
has to take into account the minor's passive income into his income. But
Correct.
in future years, let this equation change, it doesn't matter. But the first year at which you have to club the child's income into the parent's income, the parent with a higher tax bracket has to take it into his account and file.
Yes. And it will continue like that.
It will continue. My one another question is, now suppose if a child has both passive income and an active income, and the active income is less than 2.5 lakh, let's say, it is not in a taxable bracket, then what happens? How the accounting has to happen there?
As I've already informed, active incomes are always taxable in the hands of the minor's PAN itself.
Right.
Okay, in the hands of the minor himself. So at that point of time also, all the active incomes should get taxed in the hands of the minor. If it is below the threshold limit of 2.5 lakhs, the minor need not pay the taxes on that particular income.
Right.
Just because the minor has earned income, both passive and active income. Passive income is getting taxed in the hands of the parents, any of the parents. It is not necessary that the active income also should be clubbed with in the hands of the parents. It necessarily has to be added or declared as a taxable income in the hands of the minor himself. If it is below 2.5 lakhs, then he need not pay any tax. That's it.
Okay, it means to say, let's take the case of a minor who has an active income and a passive income. Because he has an active income, the taxes have to be filed in his name against his PAN number. While filing
Yes.
the taxes, the passive income also has to be added to that income, and the tax filing has to happen.
No. If active incomes are the only incomes which should get taxed in the hands of the minor.
Okay.
Passive incomes are always has to be added to the parents' income, any one of the parents' income or guardian,
So
whoever.
that is very crystal clear here. As long as the child is major, passive income will invariably get added to the parent's income, whoever has a higher tax bracket to start with. If the child
Absolutely.
has an active income, it will be taxed in the hands of the child. The signing is by the parent. So under
Absolutely.
no circumstances for a minor, both the active income and the passive income together will not be taxed in the hand of the minor. Is my understanding
No.
correct?
Correct.
Right.
Now, if at all the marriage does not subsist,
That
then
means it will not continue.
correct. Say there is a divorce or one of the parent, dies.
Right.
Okay. So under those facts and circumstances, whoever is the parent now, who is maintaining that minor, in their hands, all these passive income has to be added. Or if both the parents are not there, then the guardian's income in the hands of the guardian who is maintaining the child now, in his hand, all the passive income has to be added.
Okay.
And even it might also happen that in 1 year or 2 years, the child has earned some active income. After that, there is no active income. The amount which has been earned by the child has been put into investment. And next year, that investment starts earning some additional interest in the form of, say, passive incomes. Those passive incomes are always get taxed in the hands of the parents only or the guardian. It will never be added in the hands of the minor.
Right. Understood this point. Sriram, as a consequence of your answers, one question that is there in my mind is, there is a minor child now. Is it essential that he must or he or she must have a PAN card?
In fact, it is not only applicable to minor, but every person who is having a taxable income exceeding the maximum amount which is not chargeable to tax. Say in the hands of the individual, be it the minor or the otherwise, their income will attract tax beyond 2.5 lakhs. So at that time, it becomes mandatory for them to obtain a PAN.
Right.
So the same ratio will apply to the minor also. If the minor is having income beyond 2.5 lakhs, then it is mandatory for the minor to obtain a PAN, be it the active income or the passive income. If it is exceeding 2.5 lakhs, then it is mandatory to obtain a PAN.
Okay. This point is well understood. Sriram, one practical issue that might come up during the course of transaction is, let's say that a child has passive income and there are TDS obligations against the income that gets paid to him. But the child does not have a PAN number. What happens? How will the TDS happen in that case?
See, under those fact and circumstances, normally my advice would be to obtain a PAN in the name of the minor.
Okay.
But for any reason, PAN is not obtained or not able to obtain or something like that. If those kind of fact and circumstances, then the parent or the guardian in whose hand this minor's income has to be clubbed, their PAN can be given for the purpose of, for all the purpose, including for the deduction of TDS, etc.
Okay.
So income earned by the minor for which TDS would be deducted in the hands of the parent in whose hand the income of the minor will get clubbed. So their PAN needs to be given.
That provision is there in the law.
Yes.
Even though it is desirable to have a PAN for the minor child, if it is not there, so parent's PAN number can be utilized to make the deductions on TDS and the subsequent actions on that.
Correct.
Sriram, the last of the question. Now we discussed about the PAN for the child. We discussed about the TDS. The child does not have an active income, but it has a passive income and it gets taxed at the level of parent. But child has a PAN number and the parent has given TDS for TDS purpose, child's PAN number is given.
Okay.
Now, how will the deductions or how will the recovery of this TDS be made, or the claims be made against this TDS? In whose PAN number? What is the process?
Yes. Now, the PAN of the minor has already been given to the bank. say if it is an interest income, the banker will deduct TDS in the PAN of the against the PAN of the minor, and they will give the credit to the minor's PAN.
Right.
This income will get added in the hands of one of the parents.
Right.
And there is a provision, since the income is added in the hands of the parent, there is a provision in the ITR itself, income tax return form, in that itself, that TDS deducted in others' PAN, which is getting clubbed in my income, the TDS deducted can be claimed in this return. It has been properly fed in the income tax form. There are specific columns to fill up all that. If it is properly fed, the TDS deducted in the minor's PAN can be claimed by the parent who is declaring the income. No problem.
That provision is available, so that's not going to be any hindrance at all. Okay.
Correct.
Mr. Sriram, thank you very much for all these inputs, and I hope the audience got answers to the question that is there in their mind with respect to minor's income, how it has to be subjected to taxation, what happens to TDS, should the child have a PAN card or not. All these issues have been very well answered by you. Thank you very much again on behalf of NRI Money Clinic and on behalf of my audience for your time that you have taken to explain all these points. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand all aspects of minor income, how it needs to be taxed, and all information pertaining to it. If it gave you the answers, please do like this video. If you are a person who is watching this channel for the first time, or if you are yet to subscribe for the channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share these videos with your near and dear ones. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you with yet another topic, with yet another faculty member next Tuesday. Till then, stay safe.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.